Regret, al-hasra in Arabic, is the name of an incredibly powerful negative emotion which affects every human being from time and time again. However, it's one of those emotions which, if it is not managed correctly with iman, faith, tawakkul, reliance upon Allah, ihtisab, hoping in the reward from Him, it can peak and it can consume a human being, and can and does and has pushed people to the edge of suicide. The Harvard newsletter speaks of an old pensioner in Liverpool who used to take out the same set of lottery numbers every single day in the hope of one day hitting the jackpot. And on one particular morning, he forgot to renew his numbers. He didn't take out a lottery ticket. And on that morning, his lottery numbers came up and somebody else won the jackpot. And he was so filled with self-blame and pity, pain and regret that he found no way to manage this pain other than to claim his own life. He committed suicide. And Allah Jalla Jalaluhu has given the day of judgment so many different names. And one of its names is Yawmul Hasra, the day of regret, where many people, God forbid, will wish for the same fate of that old man. They will yearn for death when they realize that they have failed. But that wish shall not be honored and they will not be given death. Allah Jalla Jalaluhu said, وَأَنذِرْهُمْ يَوْمَ الْحَسْرَةِ, warn humanity of the day of regret. And Allah Jalla Jalaluhu said, إِنَّا أَنذَرْنَاكُمْ عَذَابًا قَرِيبًا, we have warned you of an impending punishment. يَوْمَ يَنظُرُ الْمَرْءُ مَا قَدَّمَتْ يَدَاهُ, on the day when each human being will see what his hands have earned. وَيَقُولُ الْكَافِرُ, and the disbeliever will announce, يَا لَيْتَنِي كُنْتُ تُرَابًا, oh, I wish that I was dust. The Prophet ﷺ, he said, as Bukhari narrates on the authority of Abu Hurairah, he said, لَا يَدْخُلُ أَحَدٌ الْجَنَّةِ إِلَّا أُرِيَ مَقْعَدَهُ مِنَ النَّارِ لَوْ أَسَاءَ لِيَزْدَادَ شُكْرًا. Any person who is given entry into Jannah will first be shown his potential home in Jahannam, the hellfire, if he had been an evil person, so that he may be even more grateful to Allah. وَلَا يَدْخُلُ النَّارِ أَحَدٌ إِلَّا أُرِيَ مَقْعَدَهُ مِنَ الْجَنَّةِ لَوْ أَحْسَنَ لِيَكُونَ عَلَيْهِ حَسْرًا. And any person who's thrown into hell will first be made to see his potential home in Jannah, had he been a good person, to increase this person in regret. Regret, therefore, is a powerful emotion. For many people, what once seemed to be the ultimate achievement in life will on the day of judgment seem to be a regretfully wasted opportunity. Because what greater regret can there be to discover when it is too late that not only did Allah exist all along, but we had a lifetime to prepare for that meeting and we have missed out on paradise. Regret is a powerful negative emotion. And our Prophet ﷺ has guided us to certain matters that will bring about hasra, nadama, regret on the day of judgment, so that the blueprint is available for you and I to prepare and avoid it wherever possible. Many people are leading their lives and some are being led by life. And these are two different perspectives. Either you are leading your life, you are in control, or either you are being led by life. You are doing things because that's what everybody else does. But there is no real objective or compass that's guiding you. Led by life. Most of us, dear brother, dear sister, and I say this with gentleness, inshallah, only ever prepare for our dunyawi worldly aspirations, and even those worldly aspirations that we prepare for, they're not usually beyond the age of 30. What about the age of 40 and 50? There is no plan. Ask the average individual, what is your plan for the future? Well, I am going to study. I'm going to work after graduating. I might get married and have a few children. Then I will save up a few quid, buy a flat or a house. Okay, that's the age of 30. What about 40 and 50 and beyond? I haven't really thought about that. Let alone thinking about the life after dunya. Some are being led by life. Others, like yourselves, inshallah, they are leading their lives. And they are in the driving seat. They are taking command and they are choosing what to do with their dunya and akhirah. Nobody on his deathbed will ever wish that they had accumulated more money. And if you don't believe me, ask Bronnie Ware. Bronnie Ware is the name of an Australian nurse who specializes in palliative care. And she wrote a book. She called it The 5 Regrets of the Dying People. She was taking care of the young and the elderly who were in the last 12 weeks of their lives. She was interviewing them and she asked them, what do you regret the most from life? She took note of their epiphanies, their dying wishes. And one of the interesting things she says in her book, there is a phenomenal amount of clarity of vision that is given to a person who is dying. And she said, nobody wished to have had more sexual relations when they were a young man or woman. Nobody wished for that. Nobody wished that they had a better car. Nobody wished that they engaged in bungee jumping or any other exhilarating experience. From the top 5 regrets of the dying people that were repeated over and over again, especially for men, one of them was, I wish that I had not worked as hard as I did. I wish my life was not defined by a chase for the pound and dollar. I wish I had greater priorities in my life. I wish I saw the bigger picture. And from the Quran, we have been given this clarity of vision. We know where we are going and we know what we want to achieve. And therefore we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to inspire us with this type of clarity of vision. And we ask Him to inspire us to focus on the greatest priorities of life, and that is pursuing Allah and building the afterlife.